Welcome to another installment of Music Monday. I'm your host, Adam Duke. This week, I spoke with Jae Skeese in the News 4 studio about his new album, Abolished Uncertainties, his deal with Drumwork Music Group, and what he has in store for the future.
Yo, it's Jae Skeese, man. The separation of Jordan Mids and Jordan Highs is Drumwork Music. You already know everything for Weez. So I got into music. I was probably 11, 12 years old. You know what I mean? I had a best friend that lived across the street from me that was really into music because of his uncles. They were called the J Villains. And they always wanted to get, or he always wanted to get into the studio with, you know, his uncles. And he inspired me to kind of do what it is that I do today, make music, like rap, you know what I mean? Like put lyrics together and just tell my story. So I've been doing music again for a very long time, but you know, around the time of the pandemic, when I got laid off from work, you know, an opportunity was extended to me from Conway to you know, he told me he was interested in signing me to Drumwork because it was like a new thing that he was starting up. And a few months later, you know, we went down to New York. We had a studio session, and you know, we made some incredible records. One of my first singles came out of that session. It's called Symmetry. It's featuring Conway, and that was like kind of like the process. Like, you know, he initially reached out with some interest, and it was from there. It was just a lot of, you know, just recording and just showing that I belong there. And you know, it turned out, you know, I ended up signing with Drumwork, and we just dropped my first album. It's called Abolished Uncertainties. Yeah, so Abolished Uncertainties, man, that's like my baby. I've been working on it for, you know, almost 3 years. It came out March 24th. And really the album is just me really discussing my life, my story. I'm talking a lot about Buffalo. So some of the things that I've seen, some of the areas that I grew up in, the schools that I went to, different things with like my mom and my dad, my daughter, and just, you know, pretty much my journey to getting, you know, where I am now in my career and in my life. I think, you know, Buffalo, it's a city, man. You know, if you can make it here, they say if you can make it here, you can make it anywhere. You know what I mean? So I think a lot of the culture here, you know, the food, obviously, the seasons, you know what I mean? You get a vast, you know what I mean? You get every season here. You get the spring, you get the winter, summer. You get to experience all those different things, all the different events that we have here in the city. You know what I mean? Like Juneteenth. We used to have a Gus Macker. That was big for us when I was growing up. All the different concerts and things like that. You know what I mean? Like all those things, including, you know what I mean, like growing up on the East Side, all really shaped my view of the world. You know what I'm saying? And it really, you can hear it in the music, like you said, you know what I mean? It's really evident, just even down to like the words that I use and the things that I talk about. On a few of the records on Abolished Uncertainties, you know, I really reference some really, like some very, how can I say it? Just it's like specific points in time in my life, you know what I mean? Like being a teenager and going to certain parties and the ways that we danced, and if you had certain gold nugget earrings, you know what I mean? Like how people looked at you. So, you know, Buffalo has been very influential in everything, you know what I mean? I'm a product of my environment. I'll put it to you like that. Definitely Conway. Shout out to Conway the Machine. That's like my big bro. You know, some of the other people that I love working with. Tony Boy, he's like one of my favorite engineers from the town. He does a lot of my music. Mitch Arizona, he's somebody I've worked with closely for a long time. He's a part of First Class. It's our music group. Billy Esco, again, somebody that I've collaborated with plenty times. Camouflage Monk. You know, and obviously the whole Griselda, you know, they were very influential in everything that we were doing. You know, well, since they really started coming out about 2012 when I first heard West Side Gun. OG Soul, Drop Dead, those are some more people part of First Class. That's like part of our movement. And man, there's plenty of other movements too, like, you know, Cooley High, Gaines, Skate. I could sit here and I could name a million different people, you know what I mean? Everybody does something in the town. Coda Sevilla, shout out to Coda Sevilla, Origino. Like I said, I can sit here and name people for the next 2 years, literally. You know what I mean? Like, it's so many different people, man, and everybody is doing their thing, and hats off to everybody who is doing their thing, and just keep going, keep pushing. I think on Abolish the Uncertainties, my favorite song on there is probably Symmetry. Just because, you know, in that song, I'm really talking about, again, it goes back to the way that I grew up and it's telling my story, but you know, the song overall just has a very triumphant feel to it. And I wanted to make something that would inspire people through my story, you know what I mean? Because I didn't grow up, you know, in the best conditions, you know what I mean? And I still found a way to kind of overcome that and be the person that I am today. And I think with, you know, a lot of people in Buffalo, because of, you know, the conditions here, you know what I mean? It's hard to kind of see a way out. And so I wanted to be that inspiration to people, especially from the town, especially from Buffalo, and just kind of show them that, you know, there's more to it than just, you know, what you see. You can still be more. Here in the city, I think some of my favorite venues would have been Broadway Joe's. That was like a big one back in the day growing up. I did some of my first shows there. The town ballroom is always fire because, you know, if there's a show at the town ballroom and Jae Skeese is doing it, you know, a lot of the town is coming out to come support, and that's always love. The Sound Lab was always real fire too, downtown Buffalo. Sound Lab was always real dope. I did one of the illest shows there. I opened up for Schoolboy Q there back in 2012, and it was a great show, man. You know what I mean? That was a great room. It was real personal. You know what I mean? It was like maybe 200 cap venue. You know what I mean? Maybe 150. I don't know. It wasn't a lot of people, but it always just had a great feeling there for sure. And also, let me shout out Milky's and rest in peace to the owner of Milky's because he just passed away recently. But I've done a lot of work there too, and that was like one of my favorite spots as well. We have the Won't He Do It tour. We actually just announced that, so we'll be hitting, I believe it's like 17 cities throughout the U.S. It's Conway the Machine, special guest Jae Skeese and Sauce Walker from Houston. So you know we'll be teeing that up for sure, and definitely keep running up Abolish Uncertainties, man. It's out now. A lot of places been calling it album of the year, and also I do have another album that I'm working on getting out before the end of the year. So keep your eyes peeled for that as well.
You got a name for the album yet?
Yeah, the name of the album, the new album is called Testament of the Times. So if I had to build a lineup, it would be the lineup we already got. It would be Jae Skeese, Love the Genius, and Conway the Machine. We the illest three out. You already know it's drum work. Yeah, man, I just want to say, if you have a dream, just continue to chase your dream, man. Like, whatever you want to do is possible if you just put your mind to it, you know what I mean? I'm a testament to that. So whatever it is that you want to do in your life, just keep going, you know what I mean? Just use me as an example. And you know what we do, man? We do everything for Weez. Foes up. Buffalo, New York. Salute.
That was Jae Skeese. I'll have more information in the story below. And for Music Monday, I'm Adam Duke, News 4.